Hello, NSMA. This is Nathan Nootbaar with Creg Stephenson of AL.com. Good morning, Craig. Good to have you here today.
Yeah, Nathan, good. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. So yeah, this is your first win of Alabama Sportswriter of the Year. Just kind of just share some initial reactions to when you found out you won the award.
Yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised. Obviously, I knew I was nominated, and some friends of mine had won it in the past, so I knew it was a big deal. And very humbled, very like I said, pleasantly surprised to have won, and really looking forward to
Mhm.
all the ceremonies and that sort of thing this summer.
Yeah. So end of the month we have, or end of the month of June, we have our award show, and everyone's very excited for that, right? So I guess kind of just in recent years, right? Like who have you been covering lately? Some big stories that you've been writing about, just anything that you'd want to share in that regard.
Sure, I'm kind of a general assignment person, to be honest with you. I do a lot of day to day though with the University of South Alabama, which is here in Mobile. So I
Okay.
kind of covered there. I'm also covered Troy, which is a couple hours up the road, but is in the same conference as in the Sun Belt. Jacksonville State is another one that is, so kind of the group of five schools, I guess you could say, in the state, as well as some Alabama and Auburn coverage. We have some big events here in Mobile. The Senior Bowl is probably our biggest event every year. We have a bowl game and that kind of stuff. But I was able to be part of the team, I guess, as you could say, that covered the Rose Bowl and got to see Nick Saban's last game, which was kind of cool. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know it at
really
the time.
cool.
Was there for that. So, I have been doing that a long time. Obviously, I covered college football for a long time, and but yeah, to be there at the big weekend was really cool.
That's awesome. So, kind of just how'd you get into this, right? How'd you get into writing with was it Alabama.com or AL.com? Just
Yeah, AL. It's just AL, but it used to be Alabama Live, but it's just AL.com now. Anyway, well, let's see. I went to the University of Alabama, so obviously I'm very familiar with the state, even though I'm originally from Mississippi. But I've been to different places around the state, and I was hired in 2010. We used to have the Mobile Press Register, the newspaper that obviously was part of the company that is AL.com now. Had a bureau office in Pascagoula, Mississippi, which is my hometown. So I was hired to be the sports editor, sports writer of that in that bureau office. Sorry about my email going off, but
no
the
worries.
so the uh, when they consolidated things and moved everybody over to Mobile, I was hired over here in 2014. So I've been here ever since then. But in terms of actually getting started as a sports writer, I think it's the same, same story as a lot of people. You can write a little bit. You were, you played sports and followed sports growing up, and at a certain point, you realized you weren't good anymore, and you want to be involved still. And yeah, it's kind of how I was.
Right. So have you had any stories over the years that are kind of just memorable and stick out to you that you've covered over the years?
Yeah, I'm a big history person, so anything that I can deal with sports history, I really like. And I did a series a couple of years ago that I won an award for that was on the 40th anniversary of the end of Bear Bryant's career as the Alabama football coach, and it kind of tied in with the season Alabama was having at the time because they lost to LSU and Tennessee for the first time in forever. They did end up beating Auburn, although it was a close game, and maybe it was a year early. I don't know because the next year things kind of obviously it ended up being the end of Nick Saban's career. But anything like that, I really am into. Something we're doing right now. Actually, we got a series going now. You probably heard they're doing the St. Louis Cardinals San Francisco Giants game at Rickwood Field, which is the old
Yes.
minor league park in Birmingham. So we're doing a big series on that. I got a couple of stories to tie in with that I'm really looking forward to getting done. And we're making a big deal of it, obviously, because it's in our state and a major league baseball game. There's never been one here, so
Right.
uh, it's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, expecting huge attendance for that game. Um,
Oh yeah, I think it seems like it's a lot. I think it's a lottery system. I don't know. They're remodeling the place. So I'm not sure exactly how many fans it's going to hold. I think it holds around 10,000 now, but I'm not sure if they're going to expand it or whatever. But yeah, it will be one of the hardest tickets ever, I would assume.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Wow. That's actually really exciting. I forgot that was coming. So yeah, that's huge for
Yeah,
the state of Alabama for
for
sure.
sure.
Kind of just to just one on top of that, right? Were there any like specific people that you enjoyed, interviewing or just asking about or always gave you interesting answers from your time?
Yeah, well, when I was in college, I got to meet Mel Allen, which was really cool. He was an Alabama graduate, and he came back for homecoming one year, and that was really kind of inspiring. Obviously, one of the all time greats in broadcasting, more so than writing. But
Right.
there, I don't know. It's kind of hard to pick one. You always, you run across some greats, and it's kind of funny. I'll give you one story. And sometimes it's somebody that you don't realize who they are until later.
Mhm.
At the Senior Bowl one year, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers staff was here, and I was writing about Carlos Rogers, who was the Auburn cornerback, went on to play in the NFL for a long time, and was talking to the Buccaneers defensive backs coach. And I was like, after I got done, I was thinking, that guy's pretty sharp. I wonder about how, what he's going to become one day. And about 2 years later, he was hired as head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was Mike Tomlin.
Oh,
So,
wow.
you know, and so that was really interesting. Like I said, sometimes you meet people and you're impressed by them, and they turn out to be big time later.
Right. Wow, that's really cool actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't want to take too much of your time today. I just want to wrap things up with just asking, I'm an aspiring broadcast student myself. What
Yeah.
advice would you give to anyone that wants to go into sports writing, sports broadcasting, et cetera, that's, college age or in high school right now studying this stuff?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is, even if you're in broadcasting, you obviously have to be able to write. I think a lot of people don't realize that you're going to have to write a lot of your own copy even if you're on TV. But read other great writers is always what I say. Just read it, and that's easier today now than it's ever been. When I was a kid, you could get Sports Illustrated or the Sporting News, but now you have access to every great writer in the world. At the couple of keystrokes. So that's always my big advice, is to read other great writing, and take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, and kind of make it your own.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Writing is something that is definitely really important that people don't really think about all the time. So yeah, thank you so much for your time today, Craig. Yeah, this is Creg Stephenson, first time state winner for the state of Alabama for sports writing. Thank you so much for joining with me today. And I'm glad that we were able to share your thoughts with some really cool stories.
All right, Nathan, thank you.
Thank you so much.